In this video, we're going to look at creating a simple bar chart. To do so, we go to Visualize, where you can see a number of visualizations that have already been created, but we want to create a new one. So click on Create Visualization. There are a couple of bar chart options, a horizontal bar and a vertical bar. Concept's basically the same, but today we'll look at a vertical bar. Here we have a list of sources of data we can select from. We are interested in applications. So what you'll see here when you initially open it is it will just count all of the documents that it can find that have been entered into the system in the last 15 minutes. What we would do is just change this to as far back as you want to go. Let's just say 15 years and make sure we capture all of the data. And then refresh. If we hover over, it's counting 262,144 applications. So what we can do, what it's doing at the moment is counting. There are a number of other options. We could do a sum, for example, or an average, but I'm going to stick with count. And then we can add in buckets. Just create an x-axis. In the aggregation, you've got a number of options. We'll look here at date histogram. And that gives you an option of fields that we can look at. In this case, let's look at decision date. Then we can set the term. In this case, we'll look at month. And click update. So we can see here it's broken down the applications by decision date for every month that they're in the system, going way back. Now that's not very readable at the moment, so let's add in a filter to try and trim down the amount of data that we see. So there's a couple of ways of setting the date here. So one way is to add a filter, and it gives you the options of the fields you can filter on, but let's look at decision date. And we're going to say is between. We're going to use the term now minus 1y. That means now minus 1 year. We could do 10 days, or we could do 15 hours, or 100 years, whatever you wanted to look at. But I'm just going to look at 1 year for now, and then the end of the range we'll say no. Click on save, and we can see data just for the last year, and that's much more readable. I'm going to take the filter off and show you a slightly different way. So in the query bar here, say decision. It gives us the option, all the decision field options. So decision date, and then it gives us some possibilities here. So we're going to say is greater than. And if I want to look, just say at the last financial year. So we'll say greater than the 31st of March 2019, and date again, less than 1st of April 2020. Click on Update. And there we have a graph showing decision dates over the financial year 2019 to 20. To save that, we'll just call that decision date example. And you can put into the description if you want. So we can put in we can save that. And that's just a very simple bar chart. There is lots more you can do, but that's the basics.